Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. Hi, I'm Iris Acker, and I am hosting the program this evening. I'd like you to meet our panel. First up is Karen Stevens, an award-winning actress. Next to her is Bill Hirschman. He's an arts journalist and a critic. And Michael McKeever, playwright, actor. And our guest you're going to have to wait to meet, because I'm going to tease you first with a little segment. Let's watch.
The cat and the fiddle, the dish and the spoon. Little boy Blue is asleep. Watch for the cow who jumps over the moon. Little Bo Peep and her sheep. When we learn it,
Say hello to our guest, Director of Education, Sharon Brooks. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you, Iris.
What did we just see?
You just saw a very introduction scene from a piece we call play scenes, which are specially written performances. In this case, it's for 4-year-old Head Start children who they work all year with nursery rhymes, because nursery rhymes are very important if you're preparing them for kindergarten. And so this piece was designed to select 8 specific nursery rhymes that the children work with all year. And in May, they go to the Broward Center and they become the audience as well as the performers. And the rationale behind that is there is research that says if a 4-year-old student at the age of 4, of course, can recite 8 nursery rhymes by memory, they're almost always one of the top readers in their class at grade 3.
Interesting.
And that's because of rhythm, rhyme, and vocabulary.
You're Director of Education at the
Yes.
Broward Center for Performing Arts, right? How long have you been there?
I have been at the Broward Center for 14 years. Prior to that, I worked with the school district for 33 and helped begin a major program partnership when the theater opened.
I'm going to read something. Promoting education is one of the core values of the Broward Center for the Performing Arts and an integral part of its mission. I'm going to continue. At the heart of its commitment is the belief that learning through the arts serves as a powerful tool for student achievement and personal development, and provides people of all ages with the opportunity to cultivate and grow their talents and appreciation for the arts. That's a mouthful, but that's what you're all about.
Absolutely.
Education. Yeah, you have to explain that to me. The belief that learning through the arts, it's a powerful tool.
Well, we know that everyone has different ways of learning. And we have learned more and more that our current generation of children are very visual, they're very active, and the best way we can bring educational advancement to some, not everyone, but many of our children need that extra engaged learning. And if we team it up with the arts, it's just a gem of a success. And we have been doing that the last 2 years. We have 3 schools in Broward County that were named Turnaround Art Schools by the National Committee in DC because they were having trouble with achievement. And so we have taken the arts, gone out into the schools. We are using the arts across the curriculum with all teachers in the classrooms. And they have, with the test scores, they just came in this past spring. They have gone from an F, a D, they are now C's and B's.
Nice.
Wow. So it does
Congratulations.
work.
Well done.
It does work.
I know there's a number of different programs that you oversee.
Yes.
How many are there? What are they? And what is the age range?
Oh boy, that's a mouthful. I like to put it into categories. We have our classes. With our latest renovation that opened about 3 years ago, we opened the Rose Miniaci Arts Education Center.
Which is gorgeous.
It's It's really wonderful. We're so grateful to have it. We are able in that setting to do classes for students of all ages, from age 3 through adults, sing, dance, act. We do comedy improv, we do adult Broadway dance, we do all sorts of different types of classes, and we have quite a large enrollment as well. So we're very pleased, we're very proud, and we're hoping one day one of our students is going to be on Broadway, of course. And so we have that segment. That's our newest piece. Then we also have classes that are for families. We do family fun performances, usually on a Saturday or Sunday. In fact, we had one just this Saturday, which was Fancy Nancy the Musical. And in these shows, they are basically student books that young children like to read, are they're something that everyone knows, and we take them and we bring them to life on stage. And once again, the ability to take a story or a book and bring it to life allows teachers in the classroom to sort of dissect that and take it apart with strategies in reading that we want our children to start thinking. What's the beginning of the story? What's the end? Who are the characters? What's the problem? Every story has a problem. And so we are able to use that in a fun way. Families come. I bring the group that you were seeing there at the very beginning. I have 500 of them this year and their families. And this past Saturday, we had about 300 of them at the theater seeing it for the first time with their families too. So that's our community project. We have Smart Stage matinees, which are done during school time for school children to come to see at a very affordable price. And we're doing something very special. For the first time, we are starting sensory-friendly performances. And we are going to do a production very soon that will really be focusing on students who have either they're on the spectrum, or they have some challenges in either physical or intellectual challenges. And we are adapting the show with light and sound in different ways so that it's something they can enjoy too.
Another of the programs that you do that I'm fascinated with as an old education reporter is the SEAS program.
Yes.
Would you tell people about, you've dealt over the years with like 3 million
Yes.
students.
Yes,
tell
we
people
have.
about the SEAS
What
program.
is SEAS?
That's what I'm going to ask you to tell
SEAS
you.
is an acronym that stands for Student Enrichment in the Arts. And when the Broward Center was being built, even before it opened, a major partnership was formed with the School District of Broward County and what is now the Broward Center. And this is where the mission comes that you were reading that seems like it's such a huge commitment, and it is. So the partnership is a 40-year partnership where the school district brings in minimum of 80,000 children a year, but it's usually far beyond that. And what we do is we put on stage live professional performances that are aligned with certain things that they're doing in the classroom, so that we target certain grade levels because we know where that's going to fit in. We're back to that engaged learning again. And so we began that the doors opened in 1991, and almost every school day of the year, there's a minimum of 1,200 to 1,500 students coming at no cost to them. I think that's the beautiful piece.
Can you give a specific example of that?
Of what kind of a show?
Right.
Well, this past week, just like on Saturday, we've been doing Fancy Nancy the Musical for our kindergarten children. Because again, we're trying to get them prepared to be the best readers they can be. This week, I believe we have Oslo Theater coming to do Julius Caesar. We have Peter and the Starcatcher coming. Our Slow Burn family, who is our resident company, is now doing things for our SEAS program. So we will have our middle and high school attend that. We have all sorts of science programs that we bring in, math programs that are connected, and they all are aligned with what's going on in the school. So the children come at no cost. It is a school day event, And they also have study guides that come with it so they can align it. And we are now beginning to work on how we can take that through distance learning and do more engaged learning with these as well.
I'm particularly interested in the classes for those with autism. First of all, getting them to be there. And how do you entice them? And how do you keep them? And what is the special program? What do you actually do that's different, perhaps?
Well, it really comes, every show that we do is open to all students in Broward County Public Schools. So if you have a student with autistic disorders, we certainly bring them in, and then they always come with someone from the school that understands where their challenges are. And so if they need something special, do they need special seating? Do we need to find a way that we can make them more comfortable? We do. If they are in the show and there becomes a problem for them, we help whatever is needed, we do what it takes, because we want it to be inclusive for everyone. Now, our sensory-friendly performance will help in the fact that those performances will be designed specially to take away some of the loud noises and the lights and the flashing that might serve as sort of a way to get them in a different space. So, and then we have special silent, quiet rooms where if they need to step out, they can step out and they can come back in when they're ready to come back. So our goal is to make sure that all of our performances are open to all of our children.
You mentioned before that some of these programs that you provide are free of charge.
Yes.
How are you able to do that? How do you subsidize that?
Well, that's a combination of many things. That's where our big partnership with the school district comes in. The school district certainly has their ways of bringing these in. They have a budget. We also help by going out and finding funding. We jointly go through grant processes so we can do it together. It's a combination of many things: private donorship, public, just simply grants, and each of us giving any way we can to make this bigger and better.
Sharon, you've been there from the very beginning.
Yes.
Wow. It must be
That's what I
fascinating to
say.
see how the programming has grown and changed over these
And
past.
it has, because, you know, education, like everything else, keeps growing, keeps changing. And every so often we have to sort of step back. And right now we're doing that again. We're getting ready to bring in a whole new realm of distance learning, where now there is a new technology the school district just sort of brought into the fold, which is called Canvas. And Canvas is more of a technology where you put a package together through videos and all sorts of interactive ways that a student and a teacher can prepare for a performance and make those classroom connections. So we're really about in the beginning stages of, all right, we're going to do this, and we're starting to plan with the school district. And I believe it will become very shortly just the thing that will happen, like you get a study guide. Well, that study guide will be part of the Canvas package, and it'll go right out to the schools, and they will be weaving that into their curriculum.
Let's talk about the adults. What do you
We have a lot of adults that are stars, I want to tell you that. Our adult program, with our classes, we offer singing classes, we offer adult Broadway dance, of which I'm a member, I take class, and we also do comedy improv. We do adult acting 1, adult acting 2, and so we have a huge sort of following, and we love it. It's great.
You were a choreographer.
I
and a
was at one
dancer.
time, yes.
So a
So it's
program-
something fun to do at this point in my life, I think.
Yeah, can I join you?
Well, I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you all. We can all do class. But what we do is the adult classes are wrapped around a specific, each week a different Broadway show. and a little bit about the show and the content and the choreographer and what that style is like. And then we learn something from the show, maybe not the original choreography, but choreography that at all levels of our adults in the class, we can all enjoy it and
These
learn more.
classes are all ones that if I want to join, I need to pay for, correct?
Yes, these
So-
do carry a cost.
So give us your commercial. If people want to know more about where to find out what's open, what's available,
The best thing
where
to
do they go?
Go online to Broward Center, our website, and go under education, and it'll all pop up, and you can register right there.
BrowardCenter.org.
Yes.
Right.
Times of classes for adults, for example, and prices.
It's all there.
Okay.
Excellent. You
So
said
it's browardcenter.org.
We're done.
That's it.
Yes, www.browardcenter.org. And our website will pop up. And then you have a little piece at the top, and click on education, and everything we're doing is there. SEAS programs, regular programs, sensory programs, adults programs, something for everyone.
All right, let's talk about the teachers.
We do work with our teachers. We do a lot of in-service professional development with them, especially with our turnaround arts schools that we are working so hard to do integration in the arts across the curriculum. We do school-wide professional development with them. We bring in Kennedy Center teaching artists. We have been a member of the Kennedy Center Partners in Education program for 24 years. And we're partnered, we go as a team with the school district, the Broward Center, and the cultural division. And our goal is to learn how we can help our teachers learn more about arts integration, and then we offer that. We also offer Broadway for Teachers, which is a special evening for them, sort of a special night out where they can come. We have a chat back with cast members. We have a little dinner together, and they have tickets to the show, and they go in and see the show as well. Yes, there's a cost, but it's a package, and it's something that we've been able to bring down to a price range for them. We want it to really be a nice evening out and a chance to learn more about Broadway.
how many instructors do you have?
On our faculty right now, I believe we're about 12. And they all have done professional work from Broadway to national shows. In fact, our dance teacher is Ron Hutchins, who won the Carbonell in choreography this year. So we were proud to have him on our
He's
staff.
a wonderful guy and very, very talented.
Yes.
I think that's so nice that they can share what they have learned,
Absolutely.
what they have done.
And they're
That's so
wonderful.
important in
They
a
really
teacher.
are.
Yes, that's wonderful.
So you have your in-house faculty, and you also bring artists in from
Yes.
the outside.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and we do a lot of things with special stars that come in. We've had master classes in the past with Alvin Ailey and Twyla Tharp and Palabolas, and we're going to be doing some things with the Chanticleer when they come in. We've done it with the King Singers. Wherever our classical series, Joshua Bell, we brought them all in at different times when they were in the theater, but we offer student workshops for them to have the chance to not just meet them. It's not a meet and greet. We want them to really get our students up and have them engaged. So that's the name of the game for us. It's a really great way.
Well, I'm just curious personally, what led you to leave your own performing career and go into education?
Well, you know, life takes turns. And I was doing professional work, but then I was in college, and quite in a very strange way, I met a gentleman there who happens to now be my husband, who is also the conductor of the symphony here in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
So sometimes there can't be two. There can only be one. So I really have a love for children and teaching, and so I went into teaching music as an elementary music teacher. And when the partnership with the school district was beginning to be evolve, so to speak, they were looking for someone in the district who was there but also had some theater background. So that's kind of how it all came together. And little did I know.
Yeah.
It just happened. But it's been an absolutely incredible experience. And I'm just so proud of what we've been able to accomplish. Not me. This is a huge team. This does not happen with one person.
Well, obviously you love it.
I
You
do.
can just see you
I
glow
do.
when you talk about it.
I'm very passionate about my children.
What do you see for the future for the educational programs at the?
Well, I certainly keep seeing growth, that's for sure. It really kind of comes in stages. Right now, the big thing I see is distance learning, more engaged learning, but in a different way where we can reach more at one time.
You should define that. You've used that term
I'm so
several
glad you
times.
because I don't know what distance learning
All right,
is.
distance learning is when you are able to sort of transmit the class by way of cameras. So whether it's a video, of course, but distance learning is interactive. So one of the first distance learning pieces we did in the past was with Color Purple. And we had the cast of Color Purple at the Broward Center. We had our crew there. They were beaming it out to 5 different high schools in Broward County that were all on simultaneously. And the point was we could interact with them. They could talk to us. We could talk to them.
So it was almost like a workshop with the actors.
Yes, and we also had students within the Broward Center. So this was all happening. But the real catch was we also had a connection in Africa, in West Africa at the same time.
Wow.
And we had students online with us too.
Wow.
So we were all interacting, but the one, and this is it, how wonderful it is when we can sort of reach out far beyond this room,
The confines of the classroom.
of the classroom.
So I got it's not a rhetorical question, it sounds like it, but you mentioned a moment ago that you foresee growth.
Yes.
I'm curious in whatever year you are all seeing this in, do you see an increase or a decrease in the overall interest among students? Do you, at this point?
Anytime you engage students, it just jumps levels and levels and levels. Children, when they're active, first of all, they retain it. And second of all, our kids like to play. They have lots of energy. So when you focus that energy into a place, I feel the learning experience is far greater. Passive isn't as great as
But you are
actively doing it.
creating the audience of the future.
Exactly.
Which is what is so needed.
Exactly, and that's why I do a lot of focusing on these Head Start 4-year-old, VPK 4-year-old children. Their little minds are just like sponges, and you work with them and their families because we're trying to bring them into the realm now, not later, and it will just grow.
When you have older children, what do you see? When you see your teenagers, what kind of reaction do they have when they see theater?
They love it. I can't tell you how much they get out of it. This is just kind of a cute little story, but it's very true. Over all the years I've done this, I can go to restaurants or the supermarket or wherever, and I have now they're young adults with maybe children in their arms. They'll come up to me and say, "Are you the lady that stands on the stage?" They remember. And I'll say, "Yes." And I'll say, "What did you see?" And they will tell me what they saw in 2nd grade. And that's powerful. And the other thing that makes me think it's powerful is they don't have to say anything. I wouldn't know who they are. But the fact that they come to me is saying, we had an experience we've never forgotten. And that, to me, is what we're trying to do.
I think we can relate to that at some time in our life.
I think so.
Where this happened to us.
Sure.
And
We've all had that teacher, that experience, that our first introduction to theater that all kind of hooked us.
It hooks you, yeah. And a lot of times we have that, I see that. You know, you see them, and then all of a sudden they discover it and it's there. And how great that is.
well, it would be nice if every show that came into the Broward Center did integrate with the students in some fashion way.
We try. It's, some of them it's difficult. They're on a tight schedule. They're only there one night. It's very hard. But we get almost every Broadway show. We have cast members come in and do workshops with our students on Saturday. And when I say a workshop, they're not just talking. They're on the floor with the children, and they're singing or they're dancing or they're doing something that helps them learn and helps them relate to someone who's in the business.
How wonderful that is. I
It's
mean, not
great.
only for the
great.
kids, but for the actors and actresses who get that
Yes.
get that
They do,
experience
and
to work with these
I
young
find
people.
them so warm, so willing. It's always a great experience.
We can say we're always willing to share.
That's
we
right.
love sharing. We do.
That's true.
That's what
That's
it gets down to. And that's what you've done just now.
Thank you.
You
It's
have
my
shared.
pleasure. You know that.
This has been an education for me. I had no idea what was going on there. I mean, snippets here and there. There should be more on the programs, the theater programs, Sharon, of each show, alerting people
That's
to
the way
this.
to do.
It shouldn't be such a secret. Well, it's not a
I
secret
try
any-
not to make it a secret.
but it certainly isn't a secret anymore, having you here.
Thank you.
And sharing it with our audience as we do every week. And so that's just go to the browardcenter.org for further information and to find out who's appearing and what's appearing in all the theaters in South Florida. Go to floridatheateronstage.com, and please continue to join us every week right here on Spotlight on the Arts. Thank you.